All right, let's go ahead and write this problem out. We've got negative 6/7 k minus 5/8 equals 9 plus 7/5 k. I like to leave myself a little extra space there. So first thing is we notice all these fractions. We want to get rid of those denominators. So to get rid of the denominators, in this one, I would kind of take a look at it this way. Look at factoring each of these numbers. So 8 factors to 2 times 2 times 2 are basically 2 cubed. 7 goes to just 7, doesn't factor anymore. I'm going to write that in a different column. And 5 goes to just 5. So if I'm looking at all the factors of each that need to be included, I've got 2 cubed needs to be included, 7 needs to be included, and 5. So in this case, really we're just multiplying each of these numbers by each other because they have no common factors. If you have something like 6 and 8, it's going to be smaller because we have a 2 times 3 and then a 2 cubed. So they have a common factor, it would make it a little smaller. But in the case of 8, 7, and 5, it's going to be big. 2 cubed times 7 times 5, which equals 280. Okay, so now we need to go and multiply each term by 280. So let's go for it. I'm going to do it as 8 times 7 times 5. And then put that over 1. Now on this one, we have to multiply it too. This is probably the most common error, is I see a lot of people, they don't want to multiply this because it didn't have a fraction, but it has to be multiplied to keep this whole equation balanced. So every single term has to be multiplied by the common denominator. Doesn't matter if it has a denominator to start with or not, you have to multiply every single term. So let's go ahead and go through and cross cancel. The 7's cancel here. So I'm left with 8 times 5 times negative 6. Don't forget the negative. So 8 times 5, we get 40. 40 times negative 6 will be negative 240. So negative 240k minus, we have 7 times 5 is 35 times 5. We get 175. 8 times 7 times 5, or basically, it's just going to be 280. Times 9, let's see what we get there, 2520. The 5 cancels on this last one, so 8 times 7 times 7, we get 392. Let's just check real quick. We've got our negative still there, positive, oops, make sure we get an equal sign, positive and a positive. And if you want, you could double check that math. You can see I'm a little squished here. If I were going to do this again, since the numbers are so big, I would really spread this way out so I have plenty of space to write out the problem. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve. We want to get our k's on the same side. We've got rid of the fractions, so it's just down to business. So we're going to add 240k to each side. So we get 392 plus 240, so what are we going to do? 632k, still plus that 2520 equals negative 175. Okay, now we're going to minus the 2520 on each side. Let's see what we get there. Negative 2695 equals, those are gone, 632k. I'm a big believer, especially when you get these big problems like this, make sure you spread out, write it neat so you can really follow your work. And then we're going to divide by 632 on each side. We get negative 42. Oops, reading that wrong. Negative 4.2. 0.64 because we need it to 3 decimal places. So we're going to go ahead and try that. So just to look over this problem one more time, first we had to find the LCD, so the smallest number that all three will go into. Next we multiply the LCD by every single term, even the term that didn't have a fraction to start with. And then we cross cancel, so we look for numbers that are diagonal and common, and then multiply it out. Now there are other ways to do this, so if you have a way that's working for you, stick with that, but here is one way you can do it. Okay, I'm going to clear this, we'll see if this is the correct answer. We got the green. So I actually, I need to confess I recorded this video before. It's first thing in the morning and I made a mistake. I missed the negative on this first one and I actually got the incorrect answer. So, lesson learned, make sure you're double checking those negatives, spread your work out so you can clearly do each step. Hopefully this helps. Let me know if you're still feeling confused.